What's going on, guys? I'm your host from the East Coast, GinaMan94, here to bring you guys my WWE Smackdown Live review for February 7th, 2017. We had a pretty good show tonight, a pretty good Smackdown, pretty good episode. A bunch of stuff that was pretty good leading up to Elimination Chamber. Only problem I had was this damn tag team turmoil match thing that they're doing, and this like 30-man tag that they had. Wasn't a big fan of that. But other than that, we did have a pretty good episode of SmackDown Live, and let's get right into it. So, SmackDown Live kicked off with the general manager of SmackDown, Daniel Bryan. He came out. Huge pop for him. He was returning home to Washington State. You know, he's from, I believe, Aberdeen. I believe that's what part of Seattle, what part of Washington he's from. He's from Aberdeen. So, of course, you know, he come out, the crowd loves him, and he hadn't been in that building since he was forced to retire, and he came out on Raw and gave that nice little speech that he did. So, you know, just feeding off of that, he was talking about that as well. You know, him having to announce his retirement last time he was there, but he went back to, you know, talking about being grateful. Said he was grateful that he was the general manager of SmackDown, and he's grateful that he gets to come back to Seattle and give the best show possible, and he's grateful that soon he's gonna be a dad. And then you can feel the heat just radiate from the crowd as The Miz came out. He came to the ring, him and Maurice, you know, they do their whole entrance or whatever, and The Miz gets into the ring. He's like, boo-hoo, Daniel Bryan 1 year ago had to retire. And then he was like, so why don't you go do something that your talents are better suited for and become a stay-at-home dad? And the crowd just letting The Miz have it. He was like, you know, he doesn't know why he's here since he can't wrestle anymore. He doesn't even know why he's in the WWE ring. And then the savage that Daniel Bryan is, he was like, to be fair, you can't wrestle, but that doesn't stop you from being in the ring. I was like, wow, that comeback was quick, and I didn't expect it. I should have expected it, but I didn't. It was just so sudden. He just clapped back with just the drop of a dime. It was just so hilarious. The Miz said that Daniel doesn't respect him. He said at Elimination Chamber, and before he could get his thought out, the crowd was just, you know, just letting him have it, chanting Daniel Bryan, and wouldn't let him finish his sentence, and he was just getting frustrated, obviously. And that's when Baron Corbin came out. So you already knew other people were going to come out, of course. Baron Corbin came out and told The Miz he needs to learn when to shut up. He talked too much last week on commentary, and he's talking too much now. The Miz says when he talks, people listens, and he should listen. They can work together at the Elimination Chamber with his brains and Baron's physicality, and you know, they'd be able to take everybody out, and then they'd be able to go at it, and the best man would win. Corbin looked like he was kind of thinking about it, and he was like, hell no. How about I can take you out now, and then I can become WWE Champion at the Elimination Chamber? And then Dean Ambrose came out right after that. He says that Miz and Corbin look cute together. Dean also says that Miz looked like a shoe, and Baron Corbin stole his motorcycle from his entrance music, which is freaking hilarious because I never thought of that. But he says they both have miles to go before they're on his level, and with all that steel in the Elimination Chamber, they're going to make some bad decisions, and of course he's going to walk out the Elimination Chamber as not only the Intercontinental Champion, but the WWE Champion as well. And the Chamber is home to him, and if they're not careful, they might not walk out at all. And that's when the face that runs the place, AJ Styles, came out. He said that they all are living in a fantasy world where facts don't matter. Said something about Baron Corbin and, you know, The Miz isn't going to win either. Then he was like, you know, Dean Ambrose may or may not have some history of being behind steel bars, so he doesn't know if that's true or not. Dean looked at him like, yeah, well, hey, that might actually be right. You got me there. So then, yeah, AJ got into the ring, and he said at one point he's beaten every one of them that was in the ring. And he says all he cares about is getting his title back. And then The Miz says that he's the most seen WWE superstar of all time, and people come to SmackDown Live to see him. And that's when Daniel Bryan told everybody just to calm down, and he was like, you all think you're gonna, you know, win the WWE Championship, so why don't tonight we just have a fatal 4-way match, and we'll do it right now. And I guess they were like, hey, okay, that's fine with me. Forget all this talking. So that'd be the first match that we got. It'd be AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, The Miz, and Baron Corbin in a fatal 4-way match. And we got a pretty good match here. Pretty good match to kick off SmackDown Live. There was just a lot of non-stop wrestling going on. Every wrestler was able to get their stuff in. You know, you still had The Miz still in Daniel Bryan's movesets again. The kicks to the chest. He did the double kicks to the chest with Miz and AJ. I mean, not Miz and AJ. Dean and AJ. He got more heat, you know, because, of course, he was using Daniel Bryan's movesets in his hometown. So, of course, the crowd wasn't going to like that. They did this nice little roll-up combination with Ambrose, Styles, and Miz. They just all went back and forth trying to roll each other up, breaking up the pinfall. And then they all started getting a little bit dizzy. And then I believe Miz and AJ hit like a double clothesline on each other. And then Corbin and Dean winded up doing the same thing. So they were all knocked down. It was just crazy. They did the Tower of Doom spot, which is like the 4-man suplex from the corner. I believe Dean took the worst part of that, coming from off the top rope. Man, this match was just all over the place. It was a very physical match. Each guy pulled a little bit of a sadistic side from within, considering they're going to be in the Elimination Chamber. And it felt like a damn street fight. It really did. There was a little more emphasis on each move, and every time one guy would hit a move on the other guy, like their signature moves, and try to get the pin attempt, it would be broken up. None of these guys wanted to win to lose the match more than already is, you know, how they would not want to lose a match. That didn't make any sense, did it? I mean, what I mean is, like, they already don't want to lose the match, but there was just an added emphasis on not losing. They were trying to make a statement going into the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view and the Elimination Chamber match. That's what I'm trying to say here. But yeah, pretty much at the end of the match, AJ hit the phenomenal forearm on The Miz. Maurice pulled The Miz out of the ring. And as AJ was distracted with that, he turned around and he caught the end of days by Baron Corbin, and Baron Corbin picked up the win. I wasn't expecting him to win this match, and it confused me a little bit at first why they would have AJ Styles take the pin, but I guess they're just trying to build up Baron Corbin, so I can't be mad at that. It was a very good match, and I appreciated it. I guess they're trying to make people look a little bit more legit going into the chamber, and I guess because AJ's going to get his one-on-one anyway, it's not really that big of a deal if he doesn't win the chamber, which if he's getting his one-on-one, I don't know why he would want to be in this match anyway. Like, this match could, you know, end somebody's career from a kayfabe standpoint. So why would he want to risk injury being in this match when he has a one-on-one with whoever the champion is going to be anyway? I don't know. A little bit strange, but whatever. After the match was over, we got this great promo from Luke Harper. He popped up. It was kind of like a Bray Wyatt-esque promo, but he was by himself. Luke Harper says, a man is most dangerous when he has nothing to lose. But what happens when he has nothing to begin with? He said Randy Orton took his family away from him, and he's a snake in the grass. And he's seen it for a long time. He's, you know, been the catalyst for the Wyatt family being broken up the way that it is. And he said by cutting the head off of the snake would be too easy. He wants him to feel pain, and at the Elimination Chamber, he'll be eliminated. And just the conviction in his voice when he said this was just incredible. Like, Luke Harper is a great promo, and this was one of the best promos I've heard in a long time. Considering a lot of people on Raw don't drop great promos, it's just refreshing that I get to watch SmackDown, and, you know, pretty much the whole roster is able to drop a great promo. And not only Bray Wyatt is able to do it, but Luke Harper as well. And it's just helping me, you know, feel more excited for the match that they're going to have at Elimination Chamber, because they announced that Luke Harper would be taking on Randy Orton. That match got confirmed and everything. So we'll see that. And I believe that's going to be a good match. People are going to sleep on that, but that could be one of the matches of the night, to be honest, not including the Chamber match. So after this, we had Nikki Bella and Natalya. They were on the split screen via satellite, being interviewed by Tom Phillips, who was on the commentary table. I don't like the 4-man commentary team. I don't know if I've said that. I don't like it. It's too much. It's way too much. Now, I think they could get away with it on Raw with just having Austin Aries there, but his involvement with the cruiserweight division is just a whole different story there. But I don't know. I feel like it's way too much on SmackDown, because when somebody comes over to the commentary table, you have like 5 to 6 people there, and it's a little bit too much. It's kind of crowded over there. But yeah, Tom Phillips was interviewing them. And he asked, could they both be friends after this was all over and after they have their match at Elimination Chamber? Nikki Bella says that Natty, the Natty that she knew is gone, and the one she loved, and Natty is pretty much dead to her. Natalya said that they were never friends, and she doesn't have any. She said that Nikki Bella doesn't have any. She has followers, people who will help her look really, really good. And at the Elimination Chamber, there's no amount of makeup that can fix what she's going to do to her. Nikki Bella called her a liar. Natty said that she isn't lying about anything, and she said Nikki Bella's cowardly attacks on her and having people turn their back on her like her Uncle Brett. And Nikki Bella was like, wait, my cowardly attacks? You're the one who started this with the cowardly attacks. This is why this thing is going on now. And, Natalya, they were just going back and forth with each other, just throwing shots. And then Natalya said that after Elimination Chamber, Nikki Bella is going to be sitting at home with Brie and her child, because she won't have a child of her own. She'll never have a child of her own, and John Cena won't give her one. And then Nikki Bella was like, the only thing Natalya is good at is wrestling, and when she beats her on Sunday, where's she going to go from there? Nowhere, because she isn't good at anything else. She's going to continue to ruin her family's legacy. And then that's when Natalya was like, Cena is going to get tired of you eventually, and he's going to find someone prettier than you and better than you overall as a person. And then she said to Nikki Bella, if Natalya was not married, Natalya said this, if she was not married, John Cena would probably be with her. I was like, oh my goodness, this is just, it feels so personal, like they really got heat with each other, and I love it. I really love that. I love the aggression that they're showing towards each other. They both do not like each other, and it's coming across in their promos. It's crazy. She just said that if she wasn't married to Tyson Kidd, she would be with John Cena instead of Nikki Bella. That's crazy. That is crazy. I popped for that. That was hilarious. Nikki Bella, after that, she just had enough. She was just like, nope, no more. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. She got up, took her microphone off, and walked away. Natalya was like, well, I'm still here. Any more questions for me? She's a straight savage. It's so hilarious, man. I can't wait for their match at Elimination Chamber. It's going to be so heated. They're going to tear each other apart. So, yeah, that was great. After that, we had Apollo Crews versus Dolph Ziggler. A match that had been brewing for a few weeks, finally happening. It all started when Dolph cheap shot Kalisto and turned heel, and then after that went backstage and him and Apollo Crews got into it. Ziggler had been attacking Kalisto week after week after week, and Apollo had been dying to get his hands on him, and finally they were able to have the match so that he could do so. It was a quick match. They did a few little things, and then Dolph went for the super kick, just like he had been doing with Kalisto to end the match, and Apollo Crews was prepared for it. He caught his leg, and then he rolled him up and got the victory over him. And then Dolph was pissed off, of course, because once again he lost another match, and then he cheap shot Apollo. I think he super kicked him in the back of the head after that, and then he went and got the steel chair. He hit him twice with it. Kalisto came out, and he was doing a little bit good. Got the chair out of Ziggler's hands and went for the Salida del Sol, but instead of hitting it, Ziggler made him land on the top rope. Then he grabbed the steel chair and smacked him in the back with it as well and walked away. Oh no, then I think he hit Apollo Crews one more time with it too. So he's just becoming real friendly with that steel chair. That's his best friend right now. But when they came back from commercial, Ziggler was backstage, just walking to the locker room. And Daniel Bryan walked up to him like, yo, what the hell was that? What are you doing? And Ziggler was like, just because I lost doesn't mean I can't beat both of them. Hell, I'll beat them both at the same time. Using a chair is just a little bit more fun to me. And Daniel Bryan was like, you know what? Okay, you can beat them both at the same time? Well, you're going to have a handicap match at Elimination Chamber. How about that? And then just walked away. Ziggler was just like, oh God, but I guess he's, willing to do it. He really has no choice, so we'll see. Another match that's scheduled for the Elimination Chamber. After that, we had the Duel contract signing for Alexa Bliss and Naomi's championship match, and Micki James and Becky Lynch's match. So it felt like a tag team match, just without the actual match happening, because, Micki James and Alexa Bliss came out together and got to the ring. Then Becky Lynch and Naomi came out. And then, Micki James started talking to Becky Lynch first. She said there's only 2 elite female wrestlers on the roster that they should worry about. Micki says that she has more experience than anyone in the ring combined. She tells Becky Lynch that the entire women's division is built on her obsession to be the absolute best, and she's trying to erase her past and trying to take credit for the women's revolution. She's waited 7 long years and has 7 years of rage built up so that she can get the credit that she deserves. And she's going to, take that out on Becky Lynch at the pay-per-view. Micki says not only did she create the women's division, she created Becky Lynch herself. Without Micki James, there wouldn't be a Becky Lynch. And this Sunday, the reinvention of Micki James starts with the destruction of Becky Lynch. This was a heated promo too. Like, these women are just doing so good on SmackDown. And they have 3 matches, count them, 3, at Elimination Chamber. And I bet you all 3 of them are going to be excellent. I bet you that. They have this stage to put on, a great show. And I don't think they're going to disappoint. So that's when Becky Lynch picked up the mic after Micki James signed the contract. She said she had nothing but respect for Micki James and, everything she's done until she attacked her and costed her championship against Alexa Bliss. Becky said, you can talk about your rage, but when it got too tough for you, you walked away. For 7 years, you walked away. And you're trying to get that chip off of your shoulder now. And the difference between them is that when things get tough, she kept going. And she's gonna slap her into the past or something like that. And then she signed the contract. And that's when Alexa picked up the mic and said that Becky is low class, and Micki has defeated Hall of Famer Trish Stratus at WrestleMania before. So she just put some respect on her name, pretty much. And the only thing that runs through her veins is cheap hair dye poison or something. You can keep giving excuses as to why she doesn't have the title anymore. And she said that as long as the title is on her shoulders, it's her division. And, then she went to go sign the contract as well. And then she was like, oh, snap, Naomi, I forgot you were here. I'm sorry. I'm just going to win the match. That's it. I'm just going to win. Don't worry. You're fine. And then Naomi picked up the mic like, don't play. You ain't forgot about me. Don't act like you just overlooking me, because I pinned you twice. So keep underestimating me if you want, and I'm going to keep snatching your head bald. And this Sunday may be the Elimination Chamber, but WrestleMania is a few months away. And, by it being in her hometown of Orlando, Florida, nobody will stop her from accomplishing her dreams of sliding down that ramp as the SmackDown Women's Champion. And then she kicked Alexa Bliss in the head, and a brawl took place. They all started fighting, went outside the ring, and it pretty much led to Naomi going over the top rope onto Micki James and Alexa Bliss, and they pretty much got away after that, leaving Becky Lynch and Naomi to stand strong in the ring. So yeah, we had a great contract signing, great promos dropped on all of them, and they all was able to get off of their chest what they wanted to before the pay-per-view happens, and I had no problems with this segment. It was great. And then that's when SmackDown took a small dip, the one dip of the night, the 12-man tag team match, something straight out of Teddy Long's playbook. Oh my God, we had Breezango, American Alpha, Heath, Slater, and Rhyno versus the Acension, the Usos, and the Vaudevillans. I'm just like, first of all, the Vaudevillans are still alive, and second of all, why are the Acension in this match as well? And why is Breezango here too? I get it, you're doing tag team turmoil, so you gotta include all the tag teams, but why? Why do we have to do tag team turmoil? Why couldn't we just do the Usos versus American Alpha? Or something like that. Why couldn't we just do that? That would have been much more simpler. This was one of the most uncreative things I've seen in a long time. And the damn Acension picked up the damn win. The Acension, the team that hasn't won since the APA and the New Age Outlaws buried them on Raw, picked up the win here. I'm just like, are you serious? They really got to win? I forgot they knew how to win, let alone be on SmackDown as it is. And they won the damn I don't know. This was so confusing. It was hard to follow the match. It was all over the damn place. Too many people to follow. The Acension won the match for their team. That's all I know. And then let's talk about the main event, because we did have a great main event. John Cena and Randy Orton, a match that people do not want to see at WrestleMania, but this was a hell of a match that they had right now. The fact that this is supposed to be the main event of WrestleMania, I don't think the WWE is stupid enough, and I say that very cautiously. I don't think they're stupid enough to just give this match away on a meaningless SmackDown. I don't think it's going to be the main event. I don't think Cena's going in there as champion. And we'll talk about who's going to win the champion when I talk about my predictions video for the Chamber. But I just don't think Cena's going to walk out as champion. Because if so, why give this match away? This is supposed to be your quote-unquote big money main event match. And with Randy Orton winning the Rumble, why is he facing John Cena on SmackDown if they're facing off at Mania? That'd be like, if Shawn Michaels won the Royal Rumble and, he's facing The Undertaker for the title or something like that, and then they just do the match on Raw. Like, what point? It'd be stupid. I'm sorry. I love John Cena, but I really hope he loses this title. And I don't think I've ever said that before, but I don't want to see him face Randy Orton at WrestleMania if they're just going to do this match now. I don't want to see it now. You've already stooged the match off. But we did have a great match. Cena's a straight savage. He be trying to end these matches within 30 seconds. And I also wonder if anybody else has noticed how cocky Cena's gotten since he came back. It's pretty much not too much that these guys have done together. But just Cena's cockiness is just like over 9,000. Normally it's automatically up there, but it just seems like he's taking it to the next level. He's just flexing on people and like, not today, you picked the wrong day, and he's just going all out. But yeah, like I said, it's not too much these guys haven't done together. They've literally done it all. Yeah, Bray Wyatt on the outside of the ring, so Cena was keeping a close eye on him. He was just as excited that Randy was doing good in the match. At certain points, he wanted him to stay on top of John Cena so that he could beat him. Randy Orton was throwing this man in the steel steps and barricades, and even hit like a big body drop onto the announce table. But Cena was still able to get back into the ring, and they were fighting for a little bit, and he was able to pull off an attitude adjustment. And I thought it was over. I'm like, dang, that's it? Randy Orton just buried like that? But Randy Orton kicked out. He kicked out at 2. Then Cena went for the top rope, to do his patented leg drop that he always does. But Randy Orton stopped him before he could even do it. And, the DDT where he normally throws the person through the ropes and do it, he did that with Cena from the top rope. And it looked devastating, and Cena probably should have died. That should have been it, probably. But then that's when Randy Orton took too long. He started playing towards the crowd, and he went to that place where he hears all the voices in his head, and then he set up for the RKO, and he actually hit it, which is rare. Funny thing, whenever somebody is setting up for their finisher and they're just doing too much, it never happens. So it was just funny to see that the finisher was actually pulled off after he was setting up for it. It never happens the first time that they do it. So Randy hit the RKO, and Cena kicked out at 2. Shocker, right? I know. But Cena did kick out at 2. Then we had a few finishers that were countered, weren't actually hit, until Randy Orton was knocked into the ref as Cena was trying to do an AA, and the ref flew out of the ring. Cena put Orton into the STF submission, and Orton tapped out. And we thought that was it, except the ref had just fell out of the ring because he got knocked out. So there was no ref available to make that call. So that's when Bray got into the ring, and he and Orton started ganging up on Cena. And then, Bray set up the Sister Abigail into the RKO. And as he threw Cena into Orton, Cena clotheslined him. And Bray thought, that he had already hit the move on him, and he thought that was it. But then, he turned back around, and then he immediately grabbed Cena, hit him with the Sister Abigail. And then, Randy Orton slid out of the ring after he got clotheslined. And, Bray is just, playing towards the crowd and just, yes, I did it. I hit Cena with the Sister Abigail. I'm the greatest. And then he turns around and Luke Harper has slid into the ring at this point. And then, they had a nice little face-off, teasing their match that is eventually going to happen as well. And Bray looked at him and was like, leave. I don't want to do this to you. Just leave. Harper was like, you know what? Okay. He went to turn around and walk out the ring and immediately popped back around and hit him with the discus clothesline. And the crowd went crazy. They were like, yes, Luke Harper's still rebelling. I love it. And I don't know if Luke Harper's face right now, but he's just great. He dropped a great promo and he was doing this. This is great. And then, Randy Orton was waiting behind Luke Harper, turned him around to hit him with the RKO. But Harper instead pushed him towards John Cena, who hit Randy Orton with another attitude adjustment. And by that time, he pinned him. The ref was able to recover, get back into the ring, and count the 3 count. And John Cena picked up the win over Randy Orton. But it wasn't a clean win because, he had some help, of course. But it all started when Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton started jumping Cena, so I guess they played themselves. But yeah, that was the end of SmackDown. That was the main event. It was a great match, considering these two guys have wrestled to the moon and back plenty of times. It was still a great and enjoyable match. The whole, I almost said the whole pay-per-view. The whole episode of SmackDown was enjoyable for me, except for that damn tag team match, because I don't know what they were thinking. But other than that, I enjoyed SmackDown. I'm going to give it a B+ for tonight. Wasn't the greatest episode, but it wasn't a bad episode. It was enjoyable. I enjoyed the 2 hours that it was on. And yeah, I'm excited for Elimination Chamber. Like I said, I'll do my predictions video within the next 2 days, and I'll have that out for you guys. And then, of course, we got the pay-per-view on Sunday. Let me know down in the comment section down below how you guys felt about SmackDown. Did you think it was a good episode or a bad episode? Did you think it was better than Raw this week? I personally thought it was better than Raw, even though I didn't think Raw was too terrible. I'm gonna give SmackDown the edge this week, as being a better episode. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about that. Slap a like on the video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if you guys are new. And I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later on. Peace.